I always use a basic codified statement that, like in my book, I say, to the extent that a white supremacist had anything to do with it, and that's when I say it, that means anything. To the extent that a white supremacist had anything to do with it, the white supremacists are to blame, because they are always the most powerful entity in anything that happens anywhere on the planet, in any area of activity: economics, education, entertainment, labor, law, politics, religion, sex, and war. So all I need to do is just find out. Somebody tells me that something happened, the World Trade Building came down, anything like that. I said, well, did any non-white people, were they in any way involved in the World Trade Building coming down? And recently, they even showed where they on their site where they had the World Trade Building, they were debating whether or not to put up the pictures of the 19 hijackers, correct? You may have heard something about that.
Correct.
Whether to include them in the memorial.
Mm-hmm.
And they decided that they would. So they flashed the pictures on the screen again. And I saw them just the other day, of the 19 alleged hijackers, who perished. And most of them had very, very, very dark skins. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So the equation, according to compensatory counter-racist logic, is that anytime any black person does something like that in a sophisticated manner, the white supremacists are behind it. They are the people who gain from this in the final analysis. They don't lose. It's the non-white people who will lose. And then, next thing you know, you have bombs being dropped all over the world as a result of it. And more non-white people die. That's the equation. That's the way the white supremacists operate. And I understand that a lot of the training for knowing how to deal with an aircraft, they didn't know anything about aircraft. I understand. I'm just going by what I read. Some of these people were trained by people who knew how to take off and land, and if they want to, crash a plane into a building. And that the people who took over the aircraft had to be trained by somebody who was highly skilled in making that happen, according to what I heard. Only going by what I hear and what I read.